The studio behind the award-winning Walking Dead game is heading to the Seven Kingdoms of Westeros. IGN reports that the Walking Dead developer Telltale Games is working on a new episodic adventure based on Game of Thrones. No official announcements about the project have been made, so it's unclear if the game will be based on the hit TV series or the original novels from author George R.R. Martin. Previous Telltale adventures allowed players to shape the outcome of the story depending on what choices they made, so you might be able to make the Red Wedding a little less red if you want. Expect more details soon. In the meantime, Telltale's sequel to The Walking Dead, known as Season 2, will arrive before the end of the year. Ben Affleck is making a DC Comics movie and Matt Damon is going to be his sidekick. No, Damon will not be playing Robin opposite Affleck as Batman in the sequel to Man of Steel. The pair behind Good Will Hunting are rumored to be reuniting for a big-screen adaptation of the DC Comics series, Sleeper. The books take place in a gritty film noir-style universe and focus on a detective who has the ability to absorb pain from one person and then pass it on to another. Affleck and Damon are on board as producers, and there's no word yet if they'll appear in front of the cameras. Affleck will don the black cape as Batman when the sequel to Man of Steel begins shooting early next year. The Governor is getting tough on drugs in his latest film, and it's no mirage. It's Sabotage. Here's the first trailer for the new action movie starring Arnold Schwarzenegger as the leader of an elite group of DEA agents. When they make one of the biggest busts in history, they come under fire from a disgruntled Mexican drug cartel, and to make matters worse, one of them may be working with the enemy. Arnold's team consists of other big actors like Sam Worthington, Terrence Howard, and The Killing's Mireille Enos. You can expect things to get intense because the film is written and directed by David Ayer, who helmed last year's gritty cop drama End of Watch. Sabotage will break the door down in theaters on April 11th. The dumbest reunion of all time is getting ready to dumb down cinemas next year. Dumb and Dumber 2, the highly anticipated sequel to the classic comedy, is set to annoy audiences on November 14th, 2014. Jim Carrey and Jeff Daniels will be back as Harry and Lloyd, who will embark on a new adventure to find their long-lost children. The Hunger Games' very own Mockingjay, Jennifer Lawrence, will also appear in the film. The makers of Metal Gear Solid 5 are giving something special to the PS4 and the Xbox One. Exclusive content is coming to the Xbox One version of Metal Gear Solid 5 Ground Zeroes, next year's prologue to the much bigger Metal Gear Solid 5 The Phantom Pain. There's no word yet on exactly what that exclusive content will be. Earlier this month, publisher Konami announced that the PlayStation versions of the game would be getting special Deja Vu missions where players can take the role of the low-polygon classic Snake from the first Metal Gear Solid game. We'll uncover more intel on Ground Zeroes as it develops. Pacific Rim director Guillermo del Toro is going to unleash some smaller but no less deadly monsters on the world. FX has officially greenlit The Strain, a new TV series based on a novel and comic series co-written by del Toro. The first season will consist of 13 episodes, and like the books, it will tell the story of a deadly vampire virus that spreads across the globe, focusing on the group of scientists who struggle to contain the outbreak. Shooting begins soon, with del Toro directing the pilot episode. The Strain will premiere on FX in July 2014. Over on the big screen, del Toro is developing a sequel to Pacific Rim, but it remains to be seen if it will get a green light. You won't be able to relive your favorite moments from Star Wars Episode 7 from your favorite game console. The Old Republic publisher Electronic Arts has announced that none of its upcoming Star Wars games will be directly based on the new movie. That doesn't mean they won't include any of its characters or locations as part of the broader Star Wars universe, but don't expect a straightforward film adaptation. EA recently inked a deal to become the exclusive publisher of new Star Wars games for consoles and computers. They already have 3 titles in development, including the new Battlefront game from Battlefield developer DICE. That's expected to arrive in 2015, just in time to get fans pumped for the release of the new film on December 18th of that year.
I have foreseen it.
And you don't have to wait until 2015 to see characters from the galaxy far, far away return to the big screen. The Wall Street Journal reports that icons from the Star Wars franchise are set to appear in the Lego movie. This shouldn't come as too big of a surprise given the popularity of the Lego Star Wars toys, video games, and animated TV specials. There's no word yet on what specific Star Wars characters will appear, but whoever they are, they'll share the screen with other licensed characters like Batman and Superman. The Lego movie will snap into theaters on February 7th.
Pow! Wham! First try.